You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Excited for today. We got a lot of good stuff going on. First of all, coming up here in just a moment, we have Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Dr. Harley from Balanced Life Chiropractic. I love visiting with her every week for two reasons. First of all, we visit with her, we get some great information, but I also get an adjustment every week as well. See, that's what's in it for me. It works out great. We love working with them. Again, Balanced Life Chiropractic in Sioux Falls. If you're looking for a chiropractor, I do absolutely recommend them. Also coming up later this hour, we have This Day in Sioux Falls History from the Sioux Falls Fun page. And at the end of this hour, a very funny stand-up comic, Ali Sadiq, and he's a super interesting guy. I could talk to this dude for like 6 hours because he's got so many amazing things to talk about. But we only get 5 minutes with him at the end of this hour, and we're going to make it well worth your time if you stick around. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Balanced Life Chiropractic, and we have Dr. Harley joining us. How you doing, Dr. Harley?
Hey, John. I'm doing fantastic.
Going to talk about something I'm excited to talk about, sleeping. And that's something that if you don't get the right amount of sleep, it ruins your entire day.
Right. It's like I was thinking, like, I don't know, what haven't we talked about a lot? I feel like we haven't talked about sleep. And that's been something I know I've been hearing a lot in my office lately. Either people are like, I just can't sleep. I'm not getting enough sleep. I wake up, roll around, or I wake up uncomfortable, or I can't fall asleep because I'm uncomfortable, or I wake up and my neck hurts, all these different things. And it's like, it's crazy how much sleep can affect us. But if you think about it, we spend a good portion of our life sleeping.
Like 1/3 of it. If you 8 hours a night, that's 1/3 of your life.
Right. So it's like, some people are like, man, I wish I got 8 hours.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, this is the call for you. If this is the one that you're like, I don't sleep very much. It's time to start making some of those changes. So when someone comes in, a lot of times I ask, how old is your bed? Your pillow, how are they? Do you have a good one, not so good one? And usually it's it could be better, right? Your mattress, they say probably 5 to 7 years about average for when you should be looking at replacing it. Especially if it's starting to become uncomfortable and it's kind of older, it's time to get a new mattress.
And that's not a bad thing to do every once in a while, because then you get that new mattress. For me, when we get a new bed, I'll fall asleep instantly.
Right. And maybe sometimes it takes a little bit to break in as well. I know when we had first gotten our bed and my husband Weston wasn't so comfortable, it took a while for it to really break in and get comfortable. So that's why they give you 90-day return, because they want to make sure that you've had time to get used to it. Other things are pillows. I get asked, what's the best pillow out there? I don't think there's a one size fits all kind of answer to that, because every person sleeps so differently. My best recommendation, though, is something that keeps you in a good neutral posture. If you're laying on your side, your head shouldn't be nearly touching your shoulder.
Yeah.
If you're laying on that shoulder, and it shouldn't be almost cranked to the other shoulder. If you're sleeping on your left shoulder, right, your head shouldn't be almost touching your left shoulder, but then it also shouldn't be jammed up towards your right shoulder either. You want to keep your neck nice and neutral. Also not forward, you're all curled up in a ball. Again, that's going to cause some neck pain and tension. And if you're sleeping on your back, your pillow should support the curve in your neck. So your head, you shouldn't feel like your head's just cranked way back. It shouldn't feel like it's cranked way forward. You shouldn't be sleeping side to side so much, trying to keep everything in a good neutral posture. That's going to be the best for your spine.
What if you roll around a lot? Just have a bunch of different pillows and change them out? This is for back. This is for side.
When you're sleeping, it's kind of hard to change that. You're like, well, what if I wake up all twisted up in a pretzel and there's no way I can avoid that? I don't know what to tell you on that, other than try to fall asleep at least in good posture.
Try sleeping in a straitjacket.
Maybe not quite that extreme.
Nighty-night, sleep tight. They just tie you down. That's what they do.
And maybe it's your bed's not comfortable enough, supporting you enough, and that's why you roll around, you're moving around so much. So, the best kind of bed really is something that's firmer, so it's going to support your curves. Because if you have something that's really soft and pillowy, sure, it feels comfortable initially, but you're going to wake up sore, because your body's going to relax into that bed, especially if it's really cushiony, soft. You're going to lose that curve because those muscles start to expand, they relax, And then when you get up in the morning, they contract to help you stand upright. That's why you're going to have a lot of back pain if you have a really soft one. So that's why something a little bit firmer is going to actually like support the curves in your spine, keeping you in good posture the whole night.
And kind of on the same subject, there are times that people will lay down just fine. I go to bed just fine. Then I wake up sore because something happened while I'm sleeping. And it's usually not like they were out, doing a marathon, and maybe they were in their dreams. Who knows? But is that pretty common for people to wake up and have my back is sore or this is sore?
I hear that multiple times a week.
What usually causes that? Is it?
It could be the old bed. It could be that you have, misalignments in your spine, that things aren't moving very well. So then again, as things kind of sink and relax overnight, that area that's stuck isn't relaxing like it should. So then you wake up and it's just been fighting that relaxation. So that's where getting adjusted actually can really help with your sleep.
Yeah.
One, help with your daily aches and pains, but also help calm your nervous system down, because that can be an issue too. Someone's just like, their brain's just on go mode all the time. And you're finally ready to sleep. Your brain's like, well, no, we can't sleep. We got all this stuff to do.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm so tired. I just want to sleep. That's where if your nervous system's overactive, you're stuck in fight or flight, it's hard to sleep as well. So that's one thing we see with chiropractic. It's helping to calm the nervous system down, helping to remove a lot of that irritation. You start sleeping better because your brain's not just on go mode all the time.
If somebody listening is going, boy, I'd like to know more about this, they can come and talk to you, or they can get a hold of you. What's the best way to connect with Balanced Life Chiropractic?
Yeah, if you're ready to actually start sleeping better, like not just getting more sleep, but better quality sleep, it's a great time to contact us. Give us a call at 605-215-1785 or shoot us a message on our Facebook page. We'd love to chat and let you know how we can help you get better sleep.
Very nice. You can also find them online. Their website is balancedlifesd.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, June 28, 1886, that a young man by the name of Joseph Kirby came to Sioux Falls and eventually became an icon in South Dakota law. Joe Kirby's story is incredible. He was born and raised by Irish immigrant parents in northeastern Iowa. His little town had no further education options after students passed out of grade school, so while most kids helped on the farm or found jobs in town, Joe worked with his dad during the day, and he and a few friends put themselves through high school in the afternoon. Once mastering high school coursework, Joe decided he wanted to study law, and he began a self-guided study to become a lawyer. He would take and pass the Iowa bar exam without any formal training in law from a college or a university. Kirby moved to Sioux Falls in 1886 and was admitted to the Dakota Territory Bar. He began practicing law, and he would open his own firm less than 2 years after receiving his license to practice in Dakota. And the rest, they say, is history. Joe Kirby would quickly rise to prominence in Sioux Falls and throughout the region. He argued numerous cases in front of the South Dakota Supreme Court and more than half a dozen before the United States Supreme Court. Perhaps his biggest case was the challenge of constitutionality of the Espionage Act before Supreme Court in 1917. The list of associates who got their start and their training from Kirby reads like a who's who list of 20th century influential lawyers, many of whom went on to become senators, congressmen, and even governors. He even mentored his young niece, Kate Rockford, to help her become the first woman from Sioux Falls and the second woman in South Dakota history to obtain a law license way back in 1897. It is said that when Joe Kirby passed away in 1926, he had more cases pending before the state Supreme Court than all other South Dakota lawyers combined. Kirby also started many businesses during his time in Sioux Falls. The biggest and most successful of those include the South Dakota Central Railroad, Minnehaha National Bank, which is now First National Bank, and the Western Surety Company, which was run by 4 generations of Kirby family members before selling their interest to CNA. Their office in downtown Sioux Falls employs hundreds of residents. What an amazing legacy and amazing role model for Sioux Falls to look up to. This Day in Sioux Falls History has been brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page at SiouxFallsFunPage.com and Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, June 28th, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Equity markets advanced Tuesday, snapping more than a week of declines. The move confirms support at the critical 4,300 level and should lead the market higher. The caveat is the summer trading conditions. Looming interest rate hikes and a weak report from Walgreens suggest that a rally is built on unstable foundations. Walgreens had a mixed quarter and lower guidance due to shifting consumer trends. If that sentiment turns into a trend among S&P 500 companies, the index will have nowhere to go but lower. The week's news will come on Friday when the PCE price index is released. The index is expected to show consumer inflation is moderating, but not quickly. At 4.6%, investors should expect the FOMC to continue hiking rates, at least until there's an appreciable decline in inflation. The risk is that getting that decline could mean taking the economy into a full-on recession. You can get the inside track in your inbox at MarketBeatMinute.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.